10 hidden strategies you don't know. Intrigued? You should be. In the next 7 minutes, we're going to reveal powerful yet subtle strategies that people use to influence situations, achieve goals, and win without you even realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll not only recognize these strategies, but also be equipped to use them in your everyday life. Let's dive in. Strategy number 1, the Trojan horse approach. The Trojan horse approach involves presenting something seemingly harmless or even beneficial to gain access or approval, but within it lies your real objective. It's like gifting a beautifully wrapped package, but the true value is inside. Think about networking. Instead of directly asking for a favor, you offer help or insight first. For instance, at work, you could propose a small, collaborative project that aligns with your goal. This approach lowers defenses and builds goodwill. Just remember, your intent must be ethical, or the strategy can backfire. When used wisely, it's an effective way to win trust while advancing your goals. Strategy number 2, the strategic pause. Here's a subtle but powerful trick, the strategic pause. Sometimes, saying nothing is the loudest thing you can do. A well-timed pause during a negotiation or debate puts pressure on the other person to speak first, often revealing more than they intended. Imagine you're in a meeting discussing a project deadline. Instead of immediately countering a proposal, you pause and let the silence stretch. The other person will often rush to clarify or justify their stance. This technique works because silence makes people uncomfortable, prompting them to fill the gap with information. It's a brilliant way to maintain control in conversations. Strategy number 3, the curiosity hook. Want to grab someone's attention? Use the curiosity hook. This strategy involves dropping a hint or piece of information, so intriguing that the other person feels compelled to know more. It's like leaving a breadcrumb trail they can't resist following. Think of the last time someone said, "I'll tell you something amazing, but only if you promise not to share." Your brain craves closure, and curiosity drives you to seek answers. Use this strategy in storytelling, marketing, or even daily conversations to keep people engaged. Just make sure the payoff matches the buildup, or you risk losing their trust. Strategy number 4, the power of reciprocity. The power of reciprocity is a timeless strategy. Give something first, help, advice, or a small gift, and watch how people naturally feel compelled to return the favor. It's simple yet incredibly effective. This strategy works because humans are hardwired to maintain social balance. For example, if a colleague helps you with a task, you're likely to assist them in the future. In business, companies use this all the time. Think of free samples that make you feel obligated to buy the product. When done genuinely, reciprocity can strengthen relationships and build loyalty. Strategy number 5, framing the narrative. Whoever frames the story controls the perception. That's the essence of framing the narrative. By presenting information in a specific context, you influence how people interpret it. Imagine pitching a new idea at work. Instead of saying, "This will require extra resources," you frame it as, "This small investment will yield significant results." The facts haven't changed, but the framing shifts focus to the benefits. Politicians, marketers, and even media outlets use this strategy daily. Being aware of framing helps you not only use it effectively, but also recognize when others are applying it to influence you. Strategy number 6, the anchoring technique. The anchoring technique is about setting the baseline in any discussion. The first number, idea, or piece of information presented becomes the anchor, influencing everything that follows. Consider salary negotiations. If you're the first to mention a number, you've anchored the discussion around that figure. Anchors work because our brains use initial information as a reference point, even when it's arbitrary. Practice anchoring when setting expectations, negotiating deals, or even persuading friends. It's a subtle but powerful way to steer decisions. Strategy number 7, the decoy effect. The decoy effect is all about creating a third option to make one of the original choices seem more appealing. This strategy is common in pricing, but works in many contexts. For instance, a coffee shop offers 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. The medium seems overpriced compared to the small, but is much closer in price to the large. Most people choose the large, feeling they're getting more value. This effect works because our brains compare options to find the best deal. Recognizing the strategy can save you from being swayed by artificial choices. Strategy number 8, pacing and leading. Pacing and leading is a rapport-building strategy where you start by aligning with someone's current behavior or mood, then gradually guide them toward your desired outcome. Picture calming an upset friend. Instead of telling them to relax, you acknowledge their feelings, saying, "I understand why you're frustrated." Once they feel heard, you can gently shift the conversation toward solutions. This strategy builds trust and makes your suggestions more acceptable. It's especially useful in negotiations, conflict resolution, and leadership. Strategy number 9, the scarcity principle. People value what's rare. That's the scarcity principle. When something seems limited, exclusive, or fleeting, it becomes more desirable. Think of phrases like limited time offer or only 2 seats left. Scarcity triggers a fear of missing out, driving people to act quickly. This strategy is common in sales, but can also apply to creating urgency in decision-making. Be honest when using this approach. False scarcity can erode trust. Strategy number 10, the foot in the door technique. Our final strategy, the foot in the door technique, involves starting with a small request before making a bigger one. Once someone agrees to the small request, they're more likely to comply with the larger one. For example, asking a neighbor to watch your plants while you're away might make them more willing to babysit your pet in the future. This works because we want to stay consistent with our previous commitments. It's a gradual way to build agreement and trust over time. And that wraps up our 10 hidden strategies you didn't know. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights like these. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.